My beloved, a sacred pause has been granted to you. In this precise instant, the flow of time itself bends to accommodate what must be spoken. Not by happenstance did you arrive at this threshold, but by divine orchestration older than memory itself. I, who formed the very breath within you, who knows the cadence of your heartbeat before it sounds, speak now with purpose that transcends all earthly understanding. This moment was carved into eternity before stars learned their names, before the first dawn broke across creation, before your soul ever wondered if it was truly seen. Attend closely, my precious one. What unfolds here is not mere comfort for troubled thoughts, though comfort you shall receive. This is a pronouncement from the highest realm, a decree that carries the weight of absolute authority. The unseen dimensions around you have opened. The veil between what you perceive and what truly exists has grown thin as morning mist. And through this sacred opening I pour forth a knowing meant to settle into the deepest chambers of your being. You have carried burdens in silence, my child, weights that pressed upon your spirit until your very breath grew shallow with their heaviness. You bore these things alone, believing yourself unseen, thinking your struggles too small to warrant divine attention, wondering if your quiet suffering even registered in the vast expanse of all that is. But I tell you now with unwavering certainty, not one tear escaped my notice. Not one silent cry went unheard. Not one moment of your endurance passed without my full awareness. There exists in the spiritual realm a record of all things, every difficulty you faced, every injustice you endured, every false accusation whispered against you, every burden placed upon your shoulders that was never yours to carry. All of this has been brought before the supreme seat of judgment. And in that sacred court where truth cannot be distorted, where deception holds no power, where all things are known as they truly are, a verdict has been rendered. This verdict concerns you, my beloved. It was spoken in your favor. It was declared with finality. And what has been decreed in that realm is now beginning to manifest in yours. The opposing force, the one who stands against all that is good, sought to hold you accountable for every failing, every mistake, every moment of weakness. He gathered evidence as if preparing an unshakable case. He waited for the appointed time to present his accusations, certain that your imperfections would outweigh my mercy. He stood before the throne declaring that you were unworthy, that you had forfeited every promise, that you deserved nothing but separation and condemnation. But in that very moment, everything shifted. My presence filled that space with such overwhelming power that all accusations dissolved like smoke before wind. I did not argue. I did not debate. I did not seek consensus or approval. I simply spoke one word, enough, and with that single utterance, every charge against you was dismissed. Every claim was silenced. Every attempt to hold you bound was shattered. The cost for your freedom had already been paid in full. The price for your restoration had been settled long before the accusations were ever formed. Do you comprehend what this means, my child? It means the battle for your soul, for your destiny, for your future, has already been won. Not by your strength, not by your worthiness, not by your ability to be perfect, but by my unfailing love and my sovereign choice to stand as your defender. You are not on trial. The trial has concluded. You are not waiting for a verdict. The verdict has been spoken. You are free. You are declared righteous. You are mine. Stand with me now in this truth. Speak these words from the depths of your being, whether aloud or in the silence of your heart. I hear your voice. I receive your word. I belong to you. As you declare this, something shifts in the atmosphere around you. Chains that held you begin to loosen. Barriers that blocked your path begin to crumble. For when you align your voice with mine, you step into a reality that has no end. This is why I called you to this moment, my beloved, not merely to hear comforting words, but to receive a transfer of spiritual authority. You have lived too long under the weight of condemnation, believing yourself disqualified by your past, held back by your failures, limited by your weaknesses. But those limitations were never mine. They were lies you accepted as truth. And today, those lies are being exposed and dismantled. The hidden grief you carried, the silent pleas you whispered in profound solitude, the nights when rest eluded you as worry pressed upon your mind. All of this I witnessed. I did more than observe. I acted. While you thought yourself abandoned, I was orchestrating circumstances beyond your sight. While you felt forgotten, I was arranging pieces you could not perceive. While you assumed silence meant absence, I was closer than your very breath, working in dimensions you could not yet access. My precious one, you have reached a turning point, not by accident, but by divine appointment. The difficult seasons you endured were not meaningless suffering. They were preparation. Every tear you shed watered seeds of wisdom within you. Every disappointment taught you discernment. Every betrayal revealed truth about what is genuine and what is false. Every closed door protected you from paths that would have diminished the fullness of what I have prepared. And now the season shifts. What has been forming in hidden places is ready to emerge. The transformation that has been occurring beneath the surface of your awareness is about to become visible. You will begin to see with new eyes, hear with new ears, understand with new depth. The fog of confusion that clouded your perception is lifting. The distortion that warped your vision is clearing. You are awakening to reality as it truly exists, not as fear and pain taught you to see it. There is a gift within you, my child, a capacity for spiritual sight that most do not possess. You have felt it stirring, have you not? That knowing that comes without external proof, that certainty about people and situations that arrives fully formed, requiring no logical deduction. That quiet voice within that speaks truth, even when circumstances suggest otherwise. This is not imagination, this is divine perception I have placed within your very essence. You needed no one to confirm what you sensed. The truth settled in your heart with unmistakable clarity. When others were deceived by appearances, you saw through to underlying reality. When situations seemed one way on the surface, you perceived the deeper truth moving beneath. This discernment, my beloved, is sacred. It is my gift to you, woven into the fabric of your being. Honor it, trust it, let it guide you forward. But with this gift comes responsibility. You cannot use spiritual sight for selfish gain or harmful purposes. You cannot weaponize truth to wound or control. The clarity I give you is meant to illuminate, to heal, to set free. When you see clearly into someone's heart, respond with compassion, not judgment. When you perceive hidden motives, offer grace, not condemnation. When you recognize deception, speak truth wrapped in love, not accusation wrapped in anger. This is the way of true spiritual maturity, not seeing for the sake of being right, but seeing for the sake of bringing light, not knowing to elevate yourself, but knowing to serve others. Not perceiving to separate yourself as superior, but perceiving to extend understanding to those who are lost. Declare this now, my precious one. My strength comes from truth, not from forcing or proving. I see clearly because I am connected to the source of all light. This inner knowing is sacred trust I will steward with care. My child, you are entering a threshold that requires complete surrender. Not the surrender of defeat, but the surrender of control. You have spent so long trying to manage outcomes, to prevent disaster, to hold everything together through sheer force of will. This hypervigilance served you when survival was necessary, but survival mode was never meant to be your permanent dwelling. You were created for something far beyond mere endurance. I am calling you now into a way of being that flows from trust rather than fear, where peace is not the absence of trouble but the presence of divine assurance regardless of circumstances, where strength is not gritting your teeth and pushing through, but resting in my capability while you focus on obedience, where wisdom is not accumulating knowledge but aligning with eternal truth. This shift will feel vulnerable at first. Your old patterns will resist. The part of you that learned to stay alert will sound alarms. It will insist that letting go equals catastrophe. These voices are not truth. They are echoes of past trauma trying to protect you from pain that is no longer present. You are safe enough now to release what you have been gripping. The outcomes you have been trying to control were never in your hands to begin with. The people you have been trying to change were never your responsibility to fix. Let it go, my beloved. Open your clenched fists and receive what I have been trying to give you. This profound transformation happening within you is not something you are doing. It is something being done to you, through you, for you. Your only task is to cooperate with the process rather than resist it. to say yes when everything in you wants to say no, to trust when logic demands proof, to step forward when fear screams to retreat. There will be moments in the coming days when you feel everything familiar falling away. Relationships that once defined you may shift or end. Ambitions that once drove you may suddenly feel hollow. Beliefs you held tightly may begin to loosen their grip. This is not loss. This is liberation. What is falling away was never truly yours to begin with. It was borrowed identity, adopted to survive environments that could not hold your true essence. As these false structures crumble, do not grieve their departure. They served their purpose for a season, but that season has passed. What emerges will be far more authentic, far more aligned with who I created you to be. You are not becoming someone new. You are finally becoming yourself. This emergence will require courage. Not everyone will appreciate this more authentic you. Some preferred the version that made them comfortable, that never challenged their own illusions. When you begin living from truth rather than accommodation, friction may arise. Expect it. Do not let it deter you. Your purpose is not to make others comfortable. Your purpose is to embody the truth you have received and let that truth radiate naturally from your being. Some will be drawn to that light. Others will recoil from it. Neither response determines your worth or validates your path. You are not walking this journey for human approval. You are walking it because divine summons does not offer the option of refusal without consequence. Share this understanding with 3 souls whose names have already surfaced in your awareness as you read these words. They are experiencing their own crisis of transformation. They need to know they are not losing their minds. They are finding their truth. Your willingness to reach them could be the confirmation that keeps them moving forward. My beloved, the world you see is not fixed and immovable. It is responsive to spiritual reality. When deep transformation occurs within you, it creates ripples in the fabric of existence around you. Doors that were locked suddenly swing open. People who blocked your path suddenly step aside. Opportunities that seemed impossible suddenly materialize. This is not magic. This is spiritual law. When you align with divine frequency, circumstances must align as well. But this alignment does not happen through striving. It happens through surrender, through becoming so clear about who you are that pretense becomes impossible, through living from such authentic truth that manipulation loses all appeal, through trusting so completely in my provision that anxiety about outcomes dissolves. This is the narrow way few find, not because it is hidden, but because it requires relinquishing everything you thought gave you security. Most people cannot bear this level of vulnerability. They retreat back into familiar patterns, convincing themselves that survival mode is simply how life works. But you were not created for mere survival, my child. You were formed for resurrection, for dying to what is false, so what is true can fully live, for descending into darkness so you can rise into unshakable light, for losing everything you thought defined you so you can discover what actually does. This sacred stripping away is not punishment, it is preparation. I am not taking from you to harm you. I am removing everything that blocks the flow of my presence through you. Every attachment that compromises your peace, every false belief that limits your perception, every fear-based pattern that keeps you small. All of it is being dissolved in the fire of transformation. And yes, this fire burns. Transformation is not comfortable. Death to old self never is. You will have moments of profound grief as you release what you thought you needed. You will experience disorientation as familiar landmarks disappear. You will feel exposed as protective walls come down. Stay steady through this, my precious one. What feels like falling apart is actually coming together in truer form. On the other side of this passage awaits a version of you that lives from such deep internal peace that external chaos cannot disturb it. That speaks from such grounded truth that deception cannot confuse it. That loves from such secure knowing that rejection cannot wound it. This is your inheritance. This is your destiny. This is who you have always been beneath layers of adaptation and survival. The stirring you feel, that persistent sense of something approaching, is accurate perception. You stand at the edge of dimensional shift, not leaving this world, but perceiving it through transformed consciousness, seeing the same circumstances with completely new eyes, engaging the same relationships from entirely different ground. moving through the same days with radically altered presence. This shift does not happen through effort. It happens through allowing, through creating space for divine movement by releasing your grip on how things must unfold. Through trusting that what is meant for you will find you without your manipulation. Through believing that you are held even when you cannot feel the hands that hold you. Proclaim this truth now. I release control. I trust divine timing. I surrender to transformation already in motion. As you speak these words, watch what shifts, notice what loosens, feel what begins to flow. This is not passive resignation. This is active participation in spiritual reality. My child, practical steps will help you navigate this transition. Each morning before engaging the world, create sacred pause. Sit in stillness. Connect with truth beneath all surface turbulence. Let my presence remind you of who you are before the day asks you to be anything. Throughout your day, practice bringing awareness to present moment, not dwelling in past regret, not anxious about future. Simply here, now, fully engaged with what is actually occurring. This is where peace lives. This now is where I am always found. Pay attention to subtle inner promptings, that gentle knowing suggesting you speak or stay silent, give or withhold. These nudges are divine guidance customized for your path. Learn to distinguish them from fear-based reactivity. Divine guidance feels peaceful even when it asks difficult things. Choose carefully what you allow into your awareness. The content you consume, the conversations you engage, your sensitivity has increased through this transformation. Guard your peace as sacred trust through discernment. When fear arises, do not shame yourself for feeling it. Fear is information, not identity. Notice it. Thank it for trying to protect you. Then gently remind it that you are held by something far greater. Speak truth to fear. My safety rests in divine hands. My future is secure regardless of what I can currently see. Practice gratitude not as technique but as posture. Let appreciation become your default lens. This does not mean denying difficulty or pretending pain does not exist. It means choosing to notice what is working alongside what is hard, to see evidence of grace within struggle, to recognize growth occurring through challenge. Gratitude is not about circumstances, it is about perspective. And above all, maintain connection with those who see you truly, who speak truth over you when lies grow loud, who remind you of your identity when confusion clouds your knowing, who walk this same narrow path toward authentic being. You were not meant to navigate transformation in isolation. Community is not weakness, it is wisdom, my beloved. I am with you in every step of this unfolding, not as distant observer, but as intimate companion. My spirit moves before you, beside you, within you. Those who serve me surround you in dimensions you cannot perceive. My voice, though quiet, is always speaking for those who cultivate ears to hear. The great change you sensed is here. This is your moment to rise, to release who you were and step into who you are becoming, to let false structures crumble and true foundation emerge, to trust that what falls away was never meant to last and what remains is eternal. You are not breaking, my child. You are breaking open. The light within you is not new. It has always been there, waiting for this moment to fully shine. This is not destruction. This is revelation. Not ending, but beginning. Not death, but resurrection into truer life. Stand firm in this knowing. The verdict is in your favor. The transformation is underway. The future is secure. And I, who began this good work within you, will surely bring it to completion. Nothing can stop what I have set in motion. No force can prevent what I have decreed. You are mine, and I am yours, and this reality changes everything. Now seal this moment within your very being. Take full breath, releasing all remaining resistance from the deepest part of you. Proclaim this simple truth: I believe, I receive. I am ready. Let that knowing settle and become unshakable part of your essence. Stand firm, my precious one. Walk forward with courage. The path ahead is clear, and I walk it with you every single step.